I've never seen our scholars so dressed up. Let us go to this part. Okay, I'm a secret the program manager. I just my work on stage on behalf of Grace and Secret Manager. Good morning, everyone. It's such a pleasure to welcome you to you all to all this exciting and long-awaited step 2.0 Investors Day, proudly hosted by Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program at the University of Pretoria. Today marks a milestone for us, the celebration of entrepreneurial ambition, creative thinking, and the courage to build solutions that can truly transform our communities. So as scholars and alumni entrepreneurs joining us today, you are the reason why we are all. Your hard work, your ideas, your commitment to creative impact are deeply inspiring. We are incredibly proud of the journey we've taken to get to this point. Well, the pathway. We are equally honored to welcome our panel of distinguished judges who bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise across the team. Oh my God, I read that exceptional. We need all of us. Dr. Buba, just wait, yeah. A highly regarded legal expert at rescue and a leader in both public and private sector innovation. Thank you, Dr. Buba. Mrs. Valedictorian from the Chartered accountant, people of all the personnel, and a certified top verified on the verified honorary, the true cost of business and governance. For the ladies, Miss Kiamo Getsui. We have an investment analyst and issue will give insight into financial management and early stage investment. For the ladies. Mr. Joseph Yahari Watt. Thank you. CEO of Simple Impact, a full batch venture with passionate boards in venture capital, private equity, driving inclusion. Thank you for joining us and giving us your time and attention to support this very venture. Your input today will share not just ideas for future. We are raising transformative leaders from bigger goal. Let's get inspired, let's get curious, let's see the future we all want to have. Welcome and enjoy everything.
Thank you, Dr. for opening remarks. How it's going to work, as you know, in approximately 3 minutes to present, 2 minutes for answers, in part only the practice sessions, but the 3 minutes talk about we go on to the next visit. So just be mindful of time. And Ron will take away with his first presentation, and then I'll give the mic to the judges. Thanks a lot.
Hello.
All right, let me stop this. your time starts now.
Hello. Can you believe that I was bitten by a dog at the old school? Not just once, but twice. This happened during my pregnancy. Due to the sustained injuries, I couldn't walk anymore. This resulted in a drop in my performance, the person that used to be the best in class. In rural Ghana communities, they can relate to where you come from. Education still remains out of the reach for many. Can you believe that over 60% of the people drop out for completing education? This is due to the following reason. Children walk long distance for 2 to 3 hours daily to reach the nearest school, often reaching school when they are held and able to concentrate in class. Withdrawal is often impactful during the relative program. Children end up absenting and dropping out of school. Along the long commutes, they are affected like road accident and vehicle control and sexual activity. Due to this fear, parents stop taking their kids to school. Education is a fundamental human right, and no child should choose between education and this is why the establishing local primary school close the community. The school will be a 10-minute walking distance, which will foster an environment that will enable academic students perform highly and also provide holistic support.
1 minute left.
The school provides the following values. To increase school enrollment and attention, we provide more children with access to education with the goal of increasing literacy rates from 20 to 80%. We promote a safe and sustainable learning environment, which will provide for protecting kids from dangers and empower kids to complete their primary school. Yes, in the primary school of Nelson Mandela, education is also a child to over farmer
30 seconds.
to become the president of a great nation. Who knows that this is to be the entire world? This is the breakdown. We only need 1,000. 1,000 is 6%, 4% of the cost income. And this is the team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian. Judges are going to ask questions, Gabby.
Yes, I will just go through this. The first one is the way or thinking of positioning. The schools are not able to on the county rules, schools,
Okay, so the school, we plan the school start in next year, February. That's when school opens. So we have some time to be able to implement the second part of the project. But the school will be located in a village where I come from. And due to the lived experience, I wouldn't want to see the kids anymore. The long distance they cover. Imagine a kid of 5 years working 2 to 3 hours daily, waking up at around 10 a.m. in the dark, imagine. Meaning trying to get to school, which most of the time is at 7 a.m. So expose them to danger. And this is why the school within the 10-minute walking distance. Maybe they would also have a meal in the morning, then get school. Rather than rushing to go to school and miss their breakfast and getting school hungry, that affects their concentration. You want to remember that here. In the long run, this is 7 years. Some students try to undergo all these experience and eventually drop out. But when the school within the community is going to help them They go at school study, gathering the other kids.
Question. Then how do what did you want to do this to how do you approach scholarship? How do you expect to keep the school going?
Okay, thank you for the question. I've been in touch with the other school directors within other locations, and we found out that about $15 it can help parents and able to pay that amount, which will build the school fee. But on top of that, we have planned that we should be able to establish other sustainable projects like agricultural projects. Our goal in the long run is going to have good rearing, and which is a very good business. And then also have a school canteen, and we can the need for these things. And the agriculture in the long run.
So you're saying that the only problem is that the schools are gone, not that the parents doing the financial policy to inform that this is the interest of the school.
The problem is, can I say, it's not one, we can't build in one angle. There are several angles to it. The one key, one of the fundamental problems is, and imagine over about 4 to 5 kilometers, children have to walk. Maybe sometimes they have to run, then they can get school. So that is one thing that can reduce children's motivation. But also, in the long run, in some most of the parents are doing them are farmers and parents. So they will be able to raise income over doing these projects. But also we should be able to offer scholarships for students who are well performing, but they will not have the sustainable.
Thank you. Okay, awesome. Next presentation. Yeah. The presentation, you can start now.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Buba, and I'm the founder of Entrepreneurship. So what is the problem that we identify as Entrepreneurship? So we identify that some governments in here activities when it comes to change predicting and mental health issues and substance abuse among teenagers in schools. These are and they use to change dropout, suicide, violence, and health. So it depends after the teenagers have time and second and parents and their outcome. So how are we going to resolve this issue? We want to provide social things in the school and after the class. So we're going to use the methods which individual session, group session, and community awareness campaign. So the other thing that I want to change make information and to be empowered and to promote that right in the future. So we're taking to schools around the children. And my needs are unique that want to provide that holistic things to do the school parenting, emphasizing more on the mental health, substance with mental wellness and use prevention. We may know to teenagers in school because we want to get effective from the training. So we make use of the business model and this makes sense of this business. The important thing that I want you guys to know is that one should be the Department of Education, Department of Health and Social Development and Community Oriented Youth Program. And also delivering our services, we're going to be very flexible. We're going to use this session and online session. We're going to need 3 more social workers to be on board for this business to be operational. And this business will go through a 3 months preparation phase, because that we have read the law, and also go to use this method to ensure that we generate our revenues. And each social worker have their own target when it comes to this business. And the initial amount that we need, we're going to need 4,800 to start the business. And the projected monthly revenue is 127,600 derived from this method that I mentioned. And the business is likely to break even point per month from 5 to 6 months of growth. So after reaching a ability that I wanted to be able to my time or my sales. So as I said, that one business unit that want to provide at least services with this community. And as a unit that are able to also thank you so much.
Hi. Okay, so my question is, you're going to research about your community. Now, obviously when you are arriving in community, there's certain social and and with social and so how are you going to secure that your community is going to, for as long as someone's paying, you're going to treat them, or are you going to say that how much intervention are you going to take? So let's say someone comes and there's a crime that's been committed in their home, right? And are you going to intervene in that situation? How are you going to deal with the situation?
People that I think the information that I told you.
Yes, so like say you, my child in my home, I'm a single mother, the child in the home goes to your counseling, you tell them that I'm a bad parent, right? But the minister comes to me that your child's going to so then you come and then my child comes home and they stand up to me. And I maybe tell you or stop, not giving them or something like that. And they come back to me and say, this is the issue that happened at home because of the advice you gave me. How much is it? Because now I'm the man that's but so the situation now is created where the advice that you're giving is now conflicting with me who's actually funding the program, because most of the time community problems are created by family issue. Now we're adding the older households together. I'm only asking because, as I said, I did something with them, and it's got a massive problem where, okay, I didn't know me, but it was a massive problem that I would give advice, which is not the issue, but they retaliate because in me giving the advice, the retaliation from the person, the perpetrator, now it's coming back on them. So I really put that on a picture in the conflict that's the okay.
Then we're there to where we have the time, So it's more of working with the time, not with the time of what to do and all of that. And then if it comes to that point where the conflict of interest, the matter of involvement and the attention and including that we also involve the parents in the station. Yeah, with the consent of the teenagers and the parents. So actually a mandate to have the teenagers and the parents within the session involved, and we're not telling them on what to do. It's all about telling them what the information that is out there. And what you do with it is up to you. So when it comes to the intervention plan, the teenager or the mother or whatever, they have their own goals that they want to achieve. Okay, I want to get to know my teenager or what is happening in the life or his life. And then the child, I want to know about perspective and how it works out, how can I reach those and all of that. And then we come together with their concern and we work all that out, but we don't advise them. It's not about working together with regards to that. Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to understand what the revenue that you project, right? I think we can understand that sometimes not all students come from the same home, so for the may be an issue. But in that you may have to have some sort of review in terms of giving a lower rate to students that cannot afford, and sometimes even maybe providing the services free of charge, because this service is also provided by the government, so that's your main competitor. And if you manage not to have partnerships with the government, then you have that issue. So having factored in that, you will calculate the break even and things like that.
So when it comes to activities, you're planning to target private school and public school. So if you have private school, you know that they have their own day, so we probably will just put it at the day. And then when it comes to other schools, the method of employment, because remember it's just especially for individual imagine an hour is to be for 8 sessions is 2,000. So it can be that each and every month pay, or maybe each and every week we pay. And then it can be for community awareness campaign that involve all the students, their learners, to be on the community awareness, whatever, and then they get involved to know more about what we offer, the information there in our program. Yeah, so that's all.
Thank you. Buba Dash, your time starts now.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Interesting that I'm the individual which makes sense to the more important of all things. It's like why in all ways $1 billion. Interesting. It's in Europe. All the players actually are meaningful happening. This is what they were going to show. People dash is reading graduates and proof entire movie, leveraging responsibility for those in the own influence. So the movie like the track is the wins and losses, all these things are also tools and people factors and so let's for so the first people basically employment based starts from ranks and employment it's a whole or more than more than yes, it will make you talk about the the simple business model, the long and solve so we talk about also
Got a minute left.
and then we ask for really also goes along with some fees for the question. So we are in competition and still, but our marriage is so low.
Um, 30 seconds.
Having on the business policy, we understand any questions.
Thank you so much for the presentation. So I wanted to just get a feel of your practice so far in the playlists and how have you validated that you price to that the business model with the thing of the consumer.
Well, again, so basic. We making development single. That single page, we tested it when we used the page, and these are the results. So from that, we go about it's now and we start running this.
I love it. It's just on my candidate, don't worry, I'm not going to use it against you. My question is, okay, the main training schedule is mainly going to be based on home. The main thing will be community, right? So my question is, how are we going to create that formal element? Because I mean, there are a lot of racing, there's a lot of racing games, but I don't know if it should be I can play one and enjoy myself and move on with my day. What is going to make me want to on my efforts and being in this community that's happening and it basically it's just no value and getting the WhatsApp perspective that you need to create that thing.
That's why I say initially, so we market them once we see that there's what you know more and more then that will actually
So we because about people waging this races as additional revenue generating mechanism will bring good in itself. Because can you imagine if you don't utilize without obviously it creates combination of it around but if it limits you until your revenue generating structure. So you consider where people can actually get a wage and I think you consider that. What is going to be considered people
I actually consider working with such a whole program of animals. You play your skills and your time, you win. So we're the whole thing. That's why we get one and nothing to do until by the end of the inclusion of race. Every single race you know is transferred into your team.
So, thank you. All right, equal vote predictions, you're up next. The time will start. Time will start now.
What do you think about the growth of the business in the country? What's what that's 20% inputs, 10 to 20% local governments. Well, I also want you to imagine you want to build a house. And every brick that you're using is costing your community its forest. And okay, this is an area in where one of the poorest countries in the world. Now, the environmentals have been passed when the use benefits no more. Now, materials are scarce. There is a narrow supply. And this is happening. Well, Evercute is opening the manufacture of certified benefits that are durable and long lasting, engineering expertise. We are going to build with you at each and every step. We'll give offering technical skills and reliable delivery. Well, we are targeting all 6 skills, including business way, 8 manufacturing. This is our competition. We try. It's expensive and high quality. These are imports from South Africa. Now, come to think of a country that is landlocked, whose economy is already short. The rest are standard products. Other market is government agencies, urban developers, and rural companies. Again, we are offering a chance for you to build, not waiting for you to have all them, but then on a contract basis, where you can be able to pay a bit of money to every month. Our team is being led by a qualified civil engineer who has experience, like 5 years experience in local and international construction challenges. We can advise us from universities and industry. Why are we here? We are basically funding of 30,000. Give me a chance to invest in a business that has the potential to grow
1 minute.
to a the first big manufacturing factory. Well, this the first year we are guaranteed for profit not less than 34,000. We can give you back the investment in like 6 months, but then as I say, we want you to be part of an opportunity to grow the business, to grow your shares. So 2 years, that's what we're looking at instead of investment. I think everything is ready. We are doing our experiments now. Thank you very much.
I just want to ask, in terms of equal trading grid, is that something that already exists? Are there competitors that are already in the market, or is it something that you're starting to in the first person to be doing it in your country?
This would be the best in my country because as of now, those that are able to get food goods are the ones that literally import from South Africa. Yeah, but then literally on the home soil, this would be the first percent. In terms of eco-friendly, we are trying to minimize the harm that happens to the environment. Also agreeing with the Environmental Act, because right now people cannot use ventilators like using fire. That is excessive air pollution. But now we're trying to reduce that impact. We have done our tests. We carried out, like, we took samples of different materials that are being used in different countries, be it India, China, and South Africa. And we came up with the aerated concrete. That is something that is environmental friendly, reduces the cement use and the aggregates, not so expensive. So it's something that is going to be the best of its kind in my country. Thank you very much.
Interesting to see the detailed breakdown of your costs. You mentioned that you will provide high quality but at an affordable rate. So I just wanted to see how you create a high quality with affordable process, So just maybe explain to me how the cost structure will be.
Okay, that's a very nice question. Now, I think okay, in terms of the we are starting from the aspect that you are somebody that wants to build us. Those that have the money, where are they going? They're literally importing the products from South Africa. That in the first place to tell us that there is actually demand for this. If we are able to produce equal or similar products as South Africa does, but now you are actually taking out the cost of importation, transportation. So in the first place, we will not have that okay, put transport factor in the duties that are there. No. So we are really used to that. But also now we are looking at the aspect of mixed designs as of now, the normal ones. Yeah, they are basically high consumption of cement, which are also imports in the end. But we want to use as much as possible local products, something that we can really fight. So that is our market need, basically, and something that we can also when we are better.
Thank you for the discussion. Just a question of you mentioned that you have paying plans to something.
Yes.
What's your plan in terms of this corporate we are paying for the service?
Okay. I stated that we are going to target 3 sectors: government agencies, rural homeowners, and urban developers. So in terms of government, these are people that are in government, waiting for the government. They have their service. We are going to link them up with the banks, and it's going to be over okay, fine. For this person, we have agreed that they're going to be cutting, let's say, for example, 5,008 as it builds this house. It doesn't have to go into so that is what we are looking at. I think with the banks plus government research contracts. So that's something that we are looking at. Not to like coming to us and pay them, because I know that they are frauds, people that are. So we're going to link with the banks.
Just
I was thinking about your idea. I remember having your video. There has been a big trial around construction. Really talk about that. That's always because this is about stable. But then it also was very tempting to judge the growth. But you mentioned that Malawi is our biggest country. Also, and you go into the research into the extent to which the housing market is developed, and the extent to which the main market for you, and one of the indications for is probably the mention of share. I mean, the cost of funding the fish. A lot of the technology. So people research all those sectors, taking consideration of the nation that the economy of the country is not that developed. That it's a difficult country to go to the university.
Thank you very much for that. Actually, in the first place, again, I've been somebody that has been in the construction industry for about 10 years now. Yeah, so I know what the construction industry looks like in the first place. However, I just want to give you a scenario. My father is a government employee. Yeah? At the end of the day, there was a time that he had to take a loan from the bank just to start off building a house. But then the markets are things that are very expensive. Like you're looking at 40% interest over like maybe 3 years, something to get the money back. But now we're not looking at from the aspect of the interest side. Every government employee, everybody that is there, our dream is okay. I want to build a house. I want to have a house. I want to have a family. At the end of it, but let me just yeah, so there is the market for it, yes. In as much as it's full, but then we're still importing this thing.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Ease up services. Time starts now.
Good morning. As a new student, curious and inquisitive, I came across several students. What would be the challenge students have for this mission? I discovered at the end of academic session, students have a challenge where was all my belongings. They are configured around in sense storage sets that are not student friendly. Secondly, students who are looking to graduate have challenge where and how to sell property. Meanwhile, we also have students who are incoming who want to buy second-hand properties. Thirdly, relocation stress. Students both local and international who come around and looking for residences. How the pricing, the listings, and all of that. And lastly, I go around, go to the restroom and anyway, see students posting adverts in the world. We notice advertising. And I came up with a solution. What if we create an application and a web app where students can, at the comfort of their application, book us and we come and help them share the story. Still in that same platform, we develop an e-commerce structure where students can buy and sell at student-friendly price. Also, part of what we're going to be granting to the students the ability for them to advertise their products and they pay a little amount to receive as premium. And lastly, consultation service for accommodation, transportation, especially for students who are coming from beyond Pretoria. Our values are coordinating confidence, entrepreneurial support, community connection, and security. Our business Canva. I will have the beautiful and the smart thing. You see my slide, you already know that UIUS are doing a lot of job in the background. So which actually do and the rest of my team members are on ground working with this. And most of our fees will come from storage, marketplace, because we intend to explore e-commerce because it's very student thing. And also, it's all of these services incorporated into these are financial fee and our financial forecast.
30 seconds.
Our competition, like I said, we have traditional self-storage facilities like storage, Johannesburg, warehouse, and all of that, marketplace. Now, all of these are different services. Think of wants to each spread of students for the comfort of their accommodation and residence they can get for the thank you very much.
Judges, just note before you start asking the questions, this is pitch number 6 on your scorecards. Just make sure it's pitch number 6. Thank you.
Okay. Consider having competencies, make them complementary and become service providers on the platform. And they can also, so basically you kind of converge your competencies, like work with people, so that they can work to provide for the platform for securing the accessibility of the platform in the market that already exists.
We don't do that. But like I said, one of our value proposition we're bringing in for students is that most of these services are not student price friendly. So we are coming up with somewhere price friendly for students, for especially for the storage part. And we conducted a research, several market research, for students. And one of the issues they always cited the storage part for expensive because those are traditional programs and it's not student for the event. So in the long run, we intend to incorporate them as a partner service. We can bridge advantage.
So how are you going to expect? How do you reduce the cost of the storage? The second question is, as much as you're doing everything, what would be lost hours in fact? One thing, first is just community or
What's power we have is that our market audience or target audience are students. We intend to work with groups students. For example, students score, and some of them when they come back, I don't need it. You don't need to go possible. How do I say it? Or where do I get a superpower? It's the integration of all these services at student level. That we just super. And the fact that it's also students that are really handling to understand our market. For the storage, how we reduce the cost. When they go for the traditional self-storage, the price is fixed. So for we are going to price it based on your properties. So somebody who has maybe a small property doesn't need to pay 1,500 just to go in a school. So we say small property can cost that okay, based on this and that, apart from this, we can give it for cheaper 400, 500.
And also in terms of security, how do your students know that their belongings are safe? Have you factored in a security cost for your competitors? Solve for many they need.
We also we are so that's the case called follow partners.
I just want to mention regarding this cost. I just want to get you when you have the external cost by engaging the storage. And if that's the case, again, what measures have you been put into place to negotiate people rates, or you can have your own storage, and then how do you have to costed, and how do you scale? So
So because the problem, these students want to, they safeguard the program and not give them much. We are actually having with all the states that have large schools. So we're going to pay money. We're actually we move on that. We're going to pay more while also factoring insurance. So students don't need to pay for one whole state. We are going to charge you based on your property or your and they have also liability there now, we can also store. So it becomes an advantage to us when an open state and also storage etc. Thank you.
Thank you. Good, Max. Moving over to judges, just make sure it's really evaluating from scratch. One percentage might be scoring on the wrong card. That's fine. All right, Kabela, you got 3 minutes. Your time starts. No. Yeah. Okay, your time starts now.
Do you know that the recent growth of the school most students in related degrees at universities or similar institutions across the struggle with the first year degree, first year modules, because we never have to properly learn the basics of programming. This is a problem because the modules often expect students to already know a bit about coding and practice very, very fast. Many students fall behind before they can get a chance to understand the basics. As a result, some key talented people have to give up. You might wonder why this is a problem. Well, this is one of our classmates in SEF. It was able to really actually start the second year because she actually built a couple of program modules for SEF. You might wonder how we're trying to solve this problem. At the moment, university is actually live session, and we actually have people mentorship. What we try to bring to the table is gamification and animated concept that actually use real life scenarios to teach the modules to people. This is our current pricing model. We can't make it of a school at the moment. We have 10 to 12 active students. We're making around 10 to 8 to 10,000 events. In the future, at the moment, it's one-man show, which in the future, I plan to actually work with the student and get to the
1 minute left.
We keep started in 2020, 2022, at the moment we achieved the intention. We partnered with senior students and Mastercard Scholars, and we successfully applied for students. What we actually means is not just for at the moment, we're looking at working 90,000 minutes in order to actually implement those solutions we want to put in place to help students. If we do get funding, we're looking to break even in 12 months. This is one of our success stories, one of many. She was able to complete the module, she was able to graduate or complete the module extension, and now she's putting that more to the 7. Here's our figures. YouTube, the goal of YouTube to find teaching material which is not tailored to that stuff. And probably to the academic intensive. What we do differently is we tailor our tutoring to be able to we tailor our tutoring sessions in order to tailor our tutoring sessions to accommodate what when students are putting there and other stuff like leadership, stuff that we did work and
Thumbs up. Thank you.
This is just one thing. Just
Because obviously, you know, one of the brands within the university, you know, it's a specific demographic of student that will struggle with identity issues. Because you know, that's supposed to be the most structural regulation. And I think maybe something that you know, consider when it comes to you know, what you push to be the university of faculty or institute organization and create that so that we drive we can drive the cost and most of the great level of because we don't do that affordability currently to get students actually know this kind of difficult. So I think if you go ahead all of the university or like this class or community comments really contribute to specific change to more constantly. When they want to get you want to stay with, you get people get masters students or students that are coming to so this was the team of the industry.
All right, I just want to in the business before the line one of the we have people that are working companies and at the moment we focus on the if everything goes well, when everything goes well, the thing of the sell across the institution and the office partner of the university like Mastercard we propose our team.
I just ask, this is a university program, other part of the funding going on in the basis. Are you going to also add other benefits like this is from the website. When I saw my book was on the issue of talking to people in the tech state. So this is really focused on contact in order to fix that gap that we have in the industry. So it's only going to because when we contain that have effect of well, it's not the page.
Yes, for the minimum. I'm facing that I'm actually trying to address that within the text. If it's something that we can expand into, we can actually do that. But I think it takes one before we get it up next time.
I think as you know, there are a lot of teaching companies that exist. So how do you plan on making this happen? How do you plan on doing it? How do you market yourself to gain
Right. Let me try to one of the examples that I gave, the 2007, I think the first thing and something out. We charge an underground per hour, but there's a catch. You must attend a 15-hour session now. Which is kind of out, which is really fair. Because now, on top of that, there are other options in pricing. There are other options. It's not one, the price goes further down. But we still make money from it because if the price goes down, then we need to have more than one session. One session, keeping in mind that I still have 300. But as we plan, keep on, we make money, but I think that will also make money.
Yeah. Is there a reason you didn't mention AI as well?
Because AI is a problem, in school and the movie.
It's fine. Obviously, I'm trying to learn.
Yes, it's something that I didn't mention AI because now people use AI in response to that. They don't learn, but they use AI to get work done. What you can do to fix that is okay, as time goes on, we teach. We train the model, we teach them AI what and how it can what people now have. Because this is going to grow out bigger.
having videos and making fun of that instead of posted somewhere where you can have access to it, and you're asking questions, you train our model in such a way that it doesn't give you the answer, but teach you how to get to the answer that I don't know if you have a better question.
That'd be good.
We don't have much of
No, we don't.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We're talking up next with Maize Farm. Your time starts now.
Education, a key to success. For me, education has been a key to open the opportunity and the door to success, and that door is entrepreneurship. I think the best way to tell you about my project is to tell you how I came up with this idea. I'm from a village from Kunwana in Northwest called Hakunwan. My family used to reside here, but over time the buildings are left alone with no one to take for them. This is a wide issue that is happening in Hakunwana village. However, I decided, how can I come up and solve the issue of having families living rural coming to the urban areas? I realized there is soil fertility. Boreholes are success in the area. What I need for me as the investor is a startup, which is going to create sustainable and a viable business. In Hakunwana village, there is high rate of unemployment due to rural urban migration. I have a solution to open a farm that will create employment opportunities and boost the economic productivity of the area. This is not all. 5 kilometers away from Kunwana, I utilize an opportunity. There is a maize milling plant. This farm, it is whereby you can sell a 1 ton of maize for 5,000 to 7,000 pence. After production and everything has been calculated, the profit that will be there will be 70,000 to 100,000, depending on the amount that I'll be providing. Knowing this, that I will be taking a revenue and cost the board of the profit within the 1 cent. However, the most significant of the business is that it provides value through enhancing food security, promoting production, employment to the locals, and bringing the community together to enhance cultural farming practices, which is actually good for the soil. From 2015 to 2025, we see that there has been high demand of maize in the area from 9,000 to 13,000, which shows that there is more producers needed in the maize farm. Having only 85,000 rand, but providing more employment opportunities, preventing rural urban migration. This is because now competition in Hakunwana is on small scale farming, whereby farmers are sufficiently providing for the families and their chickens. But my advantage is that I come as a producer from a large scale, taking more job opportunities. Most significant is that I will be running the business due to the fact that I have been running a property business for 5 years and I'm able to handle large amount of finances as I was able to handle a loan and pay it back with its profit. Most significant is that the business is registered under the ANT Family Services to provide services to families to prevent rural migration and to prevent poverty from society. Most significant is that it has a tax number registered and it is recognized under the CIPC as a business regulator, which is approved to be able to operate. Thank you for your time. Any questions?
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Is there anyone else think that?
This is because the government is very hard, but then there isn't more resources for the people. Government is in the village activities. And as a result, there is less platform for people to be able to learn how to start running on a large scale. And there isn't resources available. And therefore, given the opportunity to start the business, I realized I can actually make a change and start teaching people how to grow businesses to a large scale instead of people from small farms.
You mentioned that you find scientists one higher loan and pay for. Can I just ask, what did you use those proceeds for? And did you see a return from the getting that funding?
Yes, so I applied for a loan last year using my other house savings contract, and then I realized I was able to actually generate income from the business. So I wasn't able to get provided a loan, and I decided to make a property business because I was not going right job at the work. So as a result, I was able to generate income and just pay back to the business. And also it's not during a month of generate that thousand. Therefore, that's how I was able to get other than people and the life farm.
So I want to ask, what do you think to do about, so you're trying to create like a farming business, speaking to you about the security of stigma that might be compromised by property rights issues. And then one kind of what do you call them? I forgot the name of it, but have you identified retail people that are going to be able to contribute without ultimately leading that solid relationship with people? Actually, I'm consulting on the days and well, the potential that I think we might need to work, but we have that contract with the bar that shop as well. Make sure that the project is all happening.
Thank you, that's a good question. So first, starting with the protection. So the land is given by the local people who might be in the same time. And therefore, I was able to receive approval from the community to use the farm. So currently, there's no one using the farm. But if I start the farm, then they want to employ in the house. So this will be something over time to the production of the farm. And in terms of the market, this is when I start with the maize milling plant. So this is how we shipping the maize to the plant, and then I will be generating farm. Because at the moment, I haven't established a formal contract with stores, but my aim is to actually go for them when I expand the business. Because for now, business on a small scale, however, profit will be generated by sending to the maize plant. But over time, having contact with the local stores and markets will be my long-term goal.
Thanks for asking the question regarding the land chain that is now in terms of the land that you can get out, what's the estimated production that you see on contribution
Okay, so as I was focusing the prediction, so basically a white maize is in demand because at the maize mill from the changing maize mill. So this is where I'm producing the white maize because the white maize is more in demand compared to the yellow maize. As a result, it's able to take maize mill and maize mill. The positive impact about it is that during winter season it increases because there's no production of maize. Therefore, I'll be able to make more profit during the winter season. As I'll be keeping the storing the over time.
and the intelligence.
The challenge is basically I mentioned at one point sells for 5,000 to 7,000, right?
But I mean the objective or the expectation positive points.
So basically from the whole farm, I was able to generate 270,000.
I mean the spacious bunches of ways that you expect. Generating positive points. How many times in the budget?
So basically the whole land will be a one hectare, then the other hectares are behind the farm, which is not very good. But the whole land is 1 hectare. So basically that is how much of the goal.
How much means comes to?
How much means? So basically it's I haven't completed how much we get 1 hectare. Yeah.
It's yes, because it determines whether you follow a specific way or whether you actually able to commission scale.
But from the perspective is true that the large scale yeah. Yeah, because the people is a bit. Yeah, that's all. Thank you. So we're going to the heading. So yeah, it's a big one. Let's make sure. All right, okay, your time starts when my phone unlocks, and that's now.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. I'm sure everyone knows that we are here. We know Buba. And we are separated. We are like green Buba. And what do we do? People come to our mobile platform, order for fresh farm produce from our farm, and then it's delivered to them. And how we go about it is just because people like Titi, she doesn't think she works 9 to 5. She doesn't have time to go shopping. And because of that, by the time maybe when she's close and she gets to the farm, she needs to stay in the farm. And this is why we at Tech, we come up with a solution of bringing our own digital, whereby Titi can stay in our own office and order for fresh farm product from our farm and deliver it to our doorstep.
Thereby, we bring convenience, transparency, and taste autonomy, so that she can achieve that first state she always wanted to buy. And because of that, we are focusing on lifestyle workers, physically challenged, farm workers, and then young professionals and graduates who are also interested in taking first farm loan. And with this, we are been able to we look for we see the serviceable obtainable market of about $1.9 billion, and we hope, but we will be able to reach our markets and to meet up with the target using our agents, university and social media. We have competitors, yes, but through our unique inventory monitoring device that is going to help our consumers, that is our customers, to monitor their inventories and their stock. As soon as they get a low inventory, it's pop up on their device, and they can at once order for a fresh pan product from our and it's delivered to their house.
1 minute.
Our business model is just come to our platform, order products, and then we deliver to their doors. And through our own plan, we are going to get 100% profit from our own. And because we want to satisfy our customers, we will get 5% order from all other farmers that we onboarded to satisfy our customers, logistics service and promotional service. At about the third year, we're looking forward to break even. And currently, we've started running the project on Telegram, bringing in some customers, and we are currently developing our web application and our farmland we are already farming. And we are looking forward to $2,000 for us to be able to complete the key farm platform, digital marketing, and the logistics. And this is our team, and I say thank you now as I wait for us.
Hello. Where you plan to is it going to be in which location and then which kind of communities, rural, semi-urban, is it because we have, I think you're based there not so much tickets put together to what we do, but maybe the stage might be, but it's not really everywhere. So like where is it?
Our target market is the branding mindset.
Okay.
And yes, I understand that in South Africa, there is a very common thing, but in Nigeria, malls are not very common. And because of that, a lot of people don't have access. So we go to the market.
Oh, okay. So the app will reach wherever they are. I don't know the landscape of, is it?
So currently we started in the southwestern part of Nigeria, but we are working in the entire Nigeria. Currently, our feature market is southwestern part of Nigeria.
And then generally how far farmers away from?
Yeah. So we use this technology that Buba industry. In the center, we have other onboarded farmers. Yes, our farm, but the onboarded farmers, we will do them from city of the and we just get back to school.
All right. So you mentioned that you own your own farm. So part of your scale which you go to Nigeria.
Yes, because sustainability comes when we do them, and we need to understand the business, and for us to have more skills in sense of we're looking forward to first farm growth. I want to be able to produce at least for our own to have a security there for every automatic supply. Take for instance, maybe if farmers that we onboarded are not giving us the first farm product, we have a two-step security for us to onboard them by law and ensure that if they default, then we keep them out of the default and paying fines. But for us to certify product of someone that as a student in the next product, we use our own as an insurance and security to refund such product.
All right. Any other questions? It's good. Thank you. Okay, prepare the poultry, your time starts now.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable volunteer. I'm not here to represent the again. We represent hope. We are currently facing a national food security crisis in the Supreme almost 100,000 people facing acute food insecurity and unable to get food maintain basis. 60% of the population are able to afford nutritious diet, and over a third of children are not being required subject to malnutrition. So to solve this problem, we just wanted to do the department of that will also government and chickens. So we're going to use LED automation to simulate visual lights to stabilize the production around living during the winter, where we normally see declining production from other companies. So volunteer project company is going to produce. It's going to sell fresh eggs directly to the consumer, and later on going to form partnership with the local supermarkets. So our target market mainly the low income families, because they're going to be reliable, going to supply the eggs, going to improve a food security and nutrition of the the successful input to me, I will be the director of the farm, the general manager of the trees and the administration. And we're also going to hire 2 part-time 125 people from the department. So 500 government units will produce 15 eggs per day. We're going to 1 day for 6,500 employees. We're going to make almost 30,000 in 1 month. And the net revenue of just over 200,000 in 1 year. So we need the funding of 99,910 to build the project housing and stop. We need technical support, mentorship. So this is just how we're going to calculate the initial capital. And in our first day of operation, we're going to have almost 60,000. And the currently there's only one main egg producer in the super, and that's starting poultry farm. We have informal sellers. We also have people from South Africa, which are very so very high volume. So our competitive edge is that we're going to sell eggs year round, consistently, even during winter, where the kind of eggs. We are also going to form community partnerships. So each 10 would be as high, 5 to 5 to 6. For the hands to lay eggs, they need sunlight. So we're going to. So you don't need that usually no sunlight at all. So we are going to use LED automation, LED lights to kind of put the frequency to think the sunlight, the panel would have sort of that, but the market industry for food in general is just and they cannot sustain market value.
So your main
and how you get it like that? Because we're not going to be like
so or how are you going to avoid one day becoming part of a hostile team? Monopolies are very aggressive.
So starting from depends on suppliers consistent. You can go to so many usually apply to shop right using bonus. So sometimes you can go to a shop and find things for like a week.
Do you have those off-takers with the retailers?
No, we are currently not going to offer to retailers because First of all, the packaging is extensive, just not one to sell the able to the consumers. And then later on, that's when you form partnership. Local family.
And you do this out to retailers,
There's also retailer. This is applying the US supply, we should buy in the state in the.
they don't have that's to
Very much.
So I'm starting to understand the overall problem that you described. So,
So,
the problem kind of focus on yeah, so why
Things are important. One things. So we just buy one use.
so you need direct
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we can start your presentation. Classic pollution.
my name is Zikira and we are classic pollution. So in Ghana, it is about the family and the stuff with baby, and this is driven by convenience, economic factors, and the population growth. So the existing management systems are creating, further in managing the waste. So of all these waste produced, only 3% will be polluted and recycled. So this class is not integrating to attacking the landfill chain, and also once the waste is banned, all this falls out in landfill. Ghana has a call, a quality ban, but it is still ineffective. So this is where you can be. We are an ideal stage that can have transforming plastic into eco-friendly products. We are currently planning second, we are focused on the current run and funding. These are some of the products which are producing. They are going to be durable products that will be able to have plastic issues. So the process we are going to use with that product is to collect the plastic plastic and then shining and also filter to separate the color and we shall be able to use an extruder to produce the plastic. So we are currently going to apply the manufacturing and environmental filters in Uganda. We are going to have a large piece of raw materials, and this is going to be favored by the shift in consumer preferences, which is going to ensure that our food is going to be a factor as we enter the market. So we are going to have a list of products and to be sold, we can be molded into different shapes. We are having also support for government programs and financial institutions and so the current functionality, the market supply by the process, they are also looking for going to very products for both factories, individual consumers, government products, and some of the green engineers. So we have computers which are in designing facilities that no more conventional plastic research. We have a current intelligence of 2,500 units, and this is how we are planning to scale it. We don't as much in place. So we are going to be able to sell a plastic.
30 seconds.
And this is how we are planning to price our services. So we at the end of year one, we want to have a revenue of 3,000 and half of that space we are profit. We are going to achieve brand contribution, profitability, the recycling plans in place, and sale of the first single thing. Currently, I need to actually. As the founder of the business, we had prior experience in using the recycling machinery and everything. So, such an architect on the other, previously, then
we have to employ people.
So I have done internships in the person for something. One of doing the technical student, but the other people. So once you try marketing, you can get on here.
So your technical, your presentation, I'm assuming that you did this slide, right? So then you so like what I would the prototypes of the world.
That is interesting, but we can only do it for the I presented as a work in the I have created a system and the machine is wired. So I really exactly what I need to do. That we did everything there and then nothing. So let's have a
Okay, what about the ways that was, I don't think we should last when the second of it. There are too many different types of traffic and conflict and so on, and people with them. It's a bit of a challenge. And what I want to understand how conflict technology is education, as well as what about the ways created by the company, made it that go?
So it's exactly powerful with the other so we see plastic and the high density plastic. So you put in the plastic. But only for the ability plastic and the high density for the things that are about this raising the high density plastic. And so that the way can be the structure. So they put that kind of the consequences of the change their program. If you put them color and the data that is different color,
There's also this notion that we're going to work on is that our interaction, basic interaction of and clothing has to coincide slowly, and then the microplast in our body. So how does if I buy a product, whatever products in whether Greek or what, do I as a so run the risk of having that toxic element with plastic microplastics situation?
For example, the extra after I give you the push the plastic molding plastic into another formation pattern. So there's a formation with answer. So in your regular house, the chemicals are not over to the research. It's going to be a really interesting lot of time and the rest of the general person. First, the visual everyone is very temperature and certainly so I don't think it's going to be only to put the really
one relates to so what's your strategy around related to the question it's on its storage on the relation to to how you do it. And then the second question is I want the idea around the mix because it's going to be us within the street. The main question of the area we develop it so I can see that the construction is okay. How do you what's your strategy around the engagement? From the casting construction, what would make them want to be as opposed to the accessibility?
the very important for reconstruction, so first thing is the one okay, these are different things. The first thing is that you have to be looking for that kind of product. So it's one thing to plan the work. So I think the way you want to play for them, our ministry is very good at all. So if you have me, I'm doing, first of all, the person is so I think it is going to be favorable that someone, if you have to have to try for this for you, if it is for qualified with the respective field, and you can be able to for giving. And as long as the they doesn't know the so I think it's going to be a very good for us. Really to know so it doesn't just like sometimes the kind of material. So I think what we are working what I think one, we enter to put for you to go. The people of the debate are doing one to do. Those who can do that anything I believe that that's good. But I somehow we have many possibilities in it's to be a mission, planning to be a mission kind of thing. So that we can be looking at
Thank you. I need your time start now.
Morning, everyone. What is the job of finding compliant we're a group of Mastercard Foundation Scholars at the University of Pretoria. And we're in the process of launching the student-led social initiative project that doesn't actually work. Our aim is to produce affordable organic honey and use part of our proceeds to address student hunger and food insecurity, both on campus as well as within the community. At the same time, we want to create a space for students to develop learning skills while encouraging individual confidence in knowledge, staff, and community confidence. This initiative brings together social justice, sustainability, and livelihood SDG goals 1, 2, and 3. So food insecurity is a learning that often is amongst university students, and at the same time, organic funding for extensive and underreached community. We're responding to the revolution, and in fact, our locally published organic funding projects 40 there are 500 grand. And this price is below the market price range between 80 rand and 150 rand for July of this year. Our structure is also designed so that every member of our 35-person team can rotate through the different business functions from there, land care, harvesting, product design, packaging, and marketing to ensure that hands-on learning and skill building takes place with the project. So we currently have 4 hires sitting at Mastercard, and these 4 hires produce 20 kilograms of honey per harvest and twice a year. And this means that we essentially generate between 3,200 grams and 6,000 grams annually. In the long run, we plan to scale up the project to allow us to produce 100 kilograms of honey per harvest. 100 kilograms of honey per harvest year, which will develop our annual revenues to 4,800. Our initial target market include UP staff, students, and environment, which is bio. And we hope to eventually expand the projects to source retail as well and with businesses. We'll promote the business through platforms such as TikTok and Instagram, because these platforms are obviously free, and we'll also do on-campus marketing targeting society as well. And the great thing about our product is that honey has a one-shot life, as long as it's good value, which makes it glorious and ideal for scaling. So at the moment, what we've been able to do is we've been able to plant bee-friendly flower at the garden, post education session, as well as activity keeping guide to the team so that everyone has the knowledge and gets access for the people. the land is ready, the fire active, and we would see are in the process of receiving training. And what we're currently asking for is an investment of 50,890. And this funding will go towards the fifth funding, particularly targeting to as well as the additional required to scale the funding. And it will allow us to reshape the capacity and in our station impact. So the investments.
20 seconds.
The investment that are possible. We'll just find and it's also going to create a legacy project for market students and future for and it's going to be operating within for the University of Pretoria, fully operated own and state by Mastercard Foundation Scholars. And yeah, so we're just asking for investment for others to every job of money into social empowerment, community development, and purpose-driven information. Thank you.
It's for the execution. This initial going to be long position going to be and more restriction. This will
once you give your answer, I'm not sure if you give your considering that it's but I think for us, the purpose of the project is really to make a profit over making profit work absolutely on the project, because we aim to give students who Mastercard Scholars is able to run business. It will be making profit because we don't have to do the costs, right? So I don't know. That's
the second one is spoken of empowering students with security. Having legends
on campus is by donating 40% of our revenue to already existing food security programs on campus, such as the SEF program and the feed the student program. So we're not inventing the wheel, we're just contributing.
I know. I'm just trying to, so this is more, it's not for people participating in that, I mean, markets as we see it, just an initiative with that.
I suppose you can look at it like that, but in us running the project, people ultimately make money from books. And the money that we do make back, we give to our back to the community.
It was followed on what you just mentioned. There's 35 people who are actually involved in this project. Do you not think at some point you all want the distribution of this and really big the hard work, but then agreement between this will be nonprofit, it's going towards the society to the nation? Because I think that needs to be done. Because we've been putting your hard work time, you also have to think. So we need to think about this. Research projects, or is it just? Yes. Not a question. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I think that's what you guys are doing.
So if we look at the numbers, it's about 16 members in the state. What impact that could be?
Well, I suppose we look at it like that, so that's a very small system that what can that do, right? But like if you look at what we're giving back to the public, that's between say 1,019 to 2,000 show you that can get a considered out there. What about we able to from such?
Yeah, so it's put on the spot. So you mentioned that it was 3,000 to 6,000 on a monthly basis. They get on with it.
I think also maybe a whole public survey, which is a social condition. I think it's I will talk about all of the questions with the group that we will sit around and have a discussion.
They are running a hybrid model, which is a blend of social entrepreneurship. So we're trying to find how we can make profits, run it sustainably, but also create social value. So there's a lot of strength in social value, but then the model is still like it's still working. Because it's important, like social entrepreneurship, not the soft value. All right. You ready? Yeah. All right, your time starts now.
Imagine just and now you're back in office for the staff, but there's really comfort in family, activity, concentration, that loyalty. It doesn't really well. My name is Beatrice, and I'm here to tell you about officer discover, which is a partnership between issues. Did you know that 95% of people across 104 countries experience digestive health problems and resulting in 8 million deaths by 2019, according to Gastro Journal. So the first problem that we will be solving is poor data. What could this be? Regular use of antibiotics, the lack of whole food in the diet, the consumption of iron from the food, and finally, the lack of probiotics in the diet of the food. The next problem is iron deficiency anemia, which affects children and women of the 15. And that's when we're providing a dual function probiotic, which is currently being available. So, as we can see, the officer discover, which is a fermented liquid juice that is produced at a fermentation environment. It is rich in iron and that's a biotic. And in just one day, you get dual functionality of both associated probiotic drug microbiome and processed. And the output model are going to sell directly to our customers through our websites and through our Instagram. We're also going to apply for a figure who will be consulting, represent to export market. In Canada, we're going to have a chicken-based model where we have a big to buy market. I am the founder and founding the our revenue stream direct for the 60%, 40% from the wholesaler, and 10%. We are asking 5,000 USD, which we are going to produce our cash and manage the business. These are our projections with a return on investment in the past year. And these are how we're going to start. Our projection in Kenya is mostly daily based to that second look at farmers. So what makes us different is that our dream both associate iron and associate probiotics, making it really unique and giving your benefit. And that's what you have to
So the product has an intensive being regulatory boards yet to ensure that it actually complies or assists with what you're trying to achieve. So you say that it helps with iron deficiency in anemia, but you need to have some kind of a regulatory board that confirm that you can't just tell people that, oh, this will help with this and that. You can doing that all in your iron process.
We are going to do that. We are going to
Actually, going on the question in South Africa, it's either something you can have something that will not work out, but the transition from it between a thing that actually solves the solution and it being a nice to have being classified to food and medication. So is it are you trying to make it able food instead of committing big promises as medication?
kind of work can be taken as a category, or for people who suffer from anemia, as a social problem. So what it does, because of the publication, it makes the iron level as compared to taking the nutrient.
Okay, so then are you able to get doctors to prescribe it as medication?
Sure. Or in fact, before I came here, I was unhappy. And every gastroenterologist I was speaking, so the upper depression, depression from the problems that I was seeing, just in terms of idea. So we also partner with one to make sure that people are actually getting people.
Okay, and lastly, there's a big phase about trying to do away. Now, it's product to the ability to put distinction, whether it's food or education, so that either it's going to fall into that fad and you must follow that market strategy, or it's going to become medication. And you know that medical aid, even coverage, doctors are going to prescribe it and you follow that market. So generally clear what you're trying to do. You know what I mean?
Thank you very much. I was actually in attention with it. I mean, I think that the choices people. I think what's going to be published is will really be around your quality strategy. So how and when it is communicate, because it is communicated for you. You also should use the branch. We should be. And it will be tricky to explain how you go how they do that. We also take you on without choose. So I think that's probably going to be what absolutely needs to be. The nutrition is really important.
Nice, thank you. Well done. Yep, where's the mic? Mic's over here. Beatrice is running with the mic. You want to present again? All right, your time starts now.
Well, good day, everyone, and thank you for providing us the opportunity to be able to share our passion. In rural TBDL, the youth are overlooked with barely any access to Wi-Fi, libraries, and sports facilities, thus leading to many to turn to substance abuse in the name of alcohol, marijuana, cigarettes, and coca as well. Not out of rebellion, but out of resignation. As South Africa's current youth unemployment stands at 45.5%, and worse for rural areas, TBDL's fertile land stands as a symbol of hope, and a reminder that growth is possible even where resources are scarce. Meet the team dedicated to the success of SEF. Myself, Buba, founder and project manager, Pakani Gegana, who is actually our latest edition, and our head of research, and Maurice Gegana, who is our co-founder and operations. What makes us a SEF special and unique? Well, we pride ourselves in employing the youth between the ages of 16 to 30 in sustainable agriculture, thus transforming agriculture and underutilized land into economic opportunity. We pride ourselves in the circulation of income within the local community, from our farm produce to the local markets and back into the local communities. We ensure sustainable farming practices to ensure longevity in our projects. And lastly, we provide skills development, leadership training, and business mentorship for our young employees. In 2024, which was our first year of operation, SEF enjoyed a number of successes, with one of them being that we employed 22 young workers to work on our 1 hectare land. This enabled us to establish 2 viable revenue streams, being that of maize and water.
We built partnerships with local vendors and sponsor shops. We implemented our first ever mentorship workshop last year. And lastly, we gained customer loyalty in the local community through a 20% produce donation scheme.
1 minute left.
Moving on to our expenditures, labor remains our greatest cost. Secondly is the land preparation, and lastly the maintenance in the name of fuel, transport, and electricity as well. Our 2025 operations on our 2 hectares will give us a total estimated yield of 19,040 at a current market price of 35%.
We are managed to acquire the vision, and this is how we plan our work. We also looking at transitioning into utilizing solar power generation, which will be complicated as well as the development of sustainable energy.
30 seconds.
We also want to see with major supply chain which are product industry. And this, in order to do this, we will require additional support. We also want to infiltrate the social media market so that we can be able to attract wider demographic as much as celebrities. We are also looking into increasing the number of workshops and field development programs. This is our lovely team. This is our
So what has been the perception so far of this experience, or at least
the reception from the employees. Our employees are working with us. We are actually starting our first internship towards this year in about 2 weeks. So we, our employees are our families, our neighbors, and our friends as well.
And then in terms of scaling across the country, what's your plan to do that?
So as of now, we focus on the local community of PPPL, which has in a 20-kilometer radius, there are only 2 supermarkets. So that's where we are planning on now. But it is a scalable project, so we are looking into expanding to Johannesburg. We only had 1 instance last year in which we sold some outside of PPPL, which was always one.
So is the model based around coming into the community, establishing operation, then working, or is it your company and you're going to at the company and buy them and just grow like that?
I'm sorry, I'm
saying your business model, is it your aim to get into a community and try to reduce the unemployment? Honestly, but you see, if I'm a part of this commercial, I'm not going to care what's going on in the community. I'm going to try and plant and sell and make sure everything is good. Now, if my model is I'm trying to reduce the unemployment in this community, I'm going to get in, be deliberate, create relationships with the community, make sure differentiate between documented and undocumented, differentiate between South African, non-general, because farming has those, especially in the labor part of it, it has those things with the problem. So I'm trying to figure out, are you trying to do be a commercial with when you just get in, you do it when you do and get out, or you have to go to community with everything, as well as
so even though definitely not commercial, in that sense, we definitely care about not only our employees but our surrounding communities as well, where we operate. Because if we have the support from the local community and the trust from the local community, it makes our operations much easier. So we're not just going into the community, acquiring land, and cultivating that land, and just that we need to go into the community to drive the local community.
Yes. always consider security of the thing, especially with the land you go. Well, how are you gonna make sure all the farmers, very ambitious farmers, you must always consider security of the thing and always make sure that whatever land you have does not have a land claim sitting on it as well.
Just comment on the competition period. I think for the potential incident, you know, the list of the 19 issue. In the structure of what we were doing as a team, so we moved about the company. So even if the manager is fired, you really want to be able to be the position.
Brilliant, thank you. Yes. All right, your time starts now.
Are you aware that you can actually keep constant rates without having to be? And also you don't have to take forever to cook the meal scale. And that is what I home for the different things we're going to. And why do we have the issue of weight people get to be? It's because we tend to take a lot of processed food and lack the basic nutrients. And why is that an issue now? We're all in this really fast lifestyle, everybody's trying to finish something. So we don't have the time to cook good food that are rich in nutrients. And this is where it's helping from. Our solution is to bring easy, fast, and healthy foods that are rich in nutrients, meaning that it helps to save time, and then it is also good for you. How are we planning to do it? We have already produced a multi-purpose meal powder that you can use to make breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And you can also use it in your confectionaries. And this, what we call mini manna, is well packed. And here are feedbacks from our happy customers. Our target market at the moment is Nigeria, and we are looking at working class, investor students like yourself that are preparing for exams, and fresh graduates at home. And how we are going to reach this market? Through social media adverts, search engine optimization, and our serviceable obtainable market at the moment is about 3 million, and we're hoping to break even at about a milestone so far. We don't reach ideation stage. We're already selling to customer base, and we make about $500 per month. And we're looking to expand. So we're asking for some 6,000 to be able to purchase machinery and other also. So this is the team of Tech Home, myself, and we have a number of good scientists around the world in each one.
Where goes it's based? Is it from Africa or
No,
is it like the main
based
based in Nigeria? Okay. Is the house the grain market there? Is it saturated in a lot of competition, small competition? Or the government?
yeah, we do have competition, but the thing is, our product sells multiple purposes. So you can do more than one. Like we're making a multi-purpose flour, you can make para, moi, but the other competition like make a single product for a single purpose. So it's either flour for past or flour for this. So past that's then coming with the product that has a.
And I don't know how it works in Nigeria to you. Are you going to sell this in retail or locally? Or business to customer direct?
at the moment, we are doing business with customers, but we can't really sell in a supermarket because we need to get registration from the National Security. So we just go to our customers that the working and
Yes. Thank you. All right, your time starts now.
And here you are very fast. We working with the show. We are looking for dream and there is a technical course. It's expensive. And unfortunately, the problem is to according to other research that this is our point that's okay. And so I reflected on this talk out and expensive food price to my mind about this side of politics is cheap and easy and I was like definitely no, of course. The reason we have still fun that however in the area. So then with the different is it makes the different fun, they get the people in the part of the we are trying to solve this problem through our very problem for everyone. We offer French, organic, local, we can use better affordable, and we want to do this in the most sustainable while also sustainable development goals. Our customer segments include local residents, rural communities, the most saving areas, feeding schemes, grocery stores, and supermarkets, and the common markets. We have our activities at our primary farm. We also have onions, tomatoes, watermelon with our secondary farms.
1 minute.
And within a year, the cycles, one would put that in the of people or chances to grow, and within those cycles, we have targets. So we have certain targets in respect of profit, but all our targets accumulates into more or less 100,000 in a year. We have a very capable team, myself, founding two, and our cultivation and sales team, building experience when it comes to farming and familiar with our crops. Our head cost will also go to water grading because we need a sustainable water supply for our farm. So our expenses amount to 60,000, and that's our humble request to farm. So we deliver our value proposition. What we know about our competition is that the political stability, we have 5 hectares of land because they have to increase our stability to go where we need to start off only 1 export startup. They have limited market which our second market is broad and we are determined to explore our options. In terms of performance and butternut, and we aim to grow and offer performance and butternut. We are willing to offer competitive pricing, but it needs to be because it needs the skills and not the market out there. Thank you. First of all, it's a good name, that's fresh. Secondly, well, what's the exception so far? And what would happen if, let's say, the entire community was one day of the instruction so far, we already have them with that.
we are going to work on one vector for that is also 5 vectors of them that price. So in terms of fetching, I already have a very good review in this. I already have free supply of fertilizers, nuclear fertilizers from plants in our family making forecast. And I'm also looking forward to getting more from local companies. So I think that's our question so far.
The second part is creating plans for this.
Yes. I think we enough there for enough space to write up to increase it.
So you say you preserve them, what's the arrangement? Or just community language?
It's not rented. I mean, it's not position including what the likelihood is also close to so that's excellent. I've already given you 2 vector concept. So
Okay, so you're saying you have access to the networks that control and in.
yes.
So, okay.
Thank you. Just get the mic there. You guys get married? Oh, congrats. Right. Okay, Florio, time, if you got the mic. I'm gonna just hop with it. Okay, your time starts now.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to you well. Sarah, and I present to you West Africa SC. Martin Luther King had a dream. He had a dream that one day the black man will not be judged by the color of his skin, but by the content of his heart. I have a dream, and I dream of a future where the African woman will look beautiful, bold, showcasing the direct culture of the African community. I have a dream that I believe in where Africa is going. Now, what Africa is a ground is a housing of African brand that focuses on making authentic African clothes, which showcases the diverse nature of the African continent. Our mission and vision is to promote economic empowerment through making of these clothes and making them feel good to express themselves freely. The issue of appetite and globalization. Now, South Africa's issue of appetite and globalization has led to a taste for food. This problem was very severe that on the 18th of March 2025, the North President embarked on a one-week strike. The government put a ban on companies like Tim and Shane, which are critical local business. I personally conducted a survey at the University of Pretoria, and I realized that out of the 20 students, 3 were African clothes, just thinking around and you see it. The companies that the prices were too expensive. There were no shops that sold these clothes that they could get there. And that the choices that came out from these clothes were not modern. They were not trained in us. So we didn't feel good wearing them. This is where we come in. So where African essay provides modern trends with our local brands. We produce fabrics that are very quality, and we produce dresses that makes you feel confident and feel good. We are going to partner with government organizations. We are going to partner with entertainment industry people, and bring about programs that will create a brand awareness and make us sell our products there. We are also going to create economic empowerment by training women about how to sew, how to make dresses, feeding, and the things that surrounding the fashion industry.
20 seconds.
We are going to also have a strong care with young help at the Victoria Road, where we will showcase our brand and create a brand presence, making it easy for people to have under the house. We have a very good branding strategy. So we have 500 or 300 brands. You'll be able to get a very talented, affordable African dress to wear. I want you to know that when you're investing in one African day, you're not just investing in a brand, you're investing in the future of African women. I have big dreams and I hope you make my dreams come true. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. and you might be. We know that show mission goes to make kids, which is what makes you which
For the family I conducted, I realized that people were really interested in wearing African clothes. The problem was that they were not sure enough to wear them. Even if you take a look at Pretoria here and go to the Hartfield Mall, it's just a bunch of that clothes African clothes, and even that little people other clothes. But then we are going to create a brand on social media where we have an Instagram page, making it easy for people to have identified. They're also making our clothes very, very attractive, blending modern styles with a local fabric, we can make them attractive for them to carry with you.
Of course, I mean, of course, I think that was a kid. But the way you're going to set up the significant end to the problem is what I wish designers would do, African way designers and people, is to organize actually and put what they need without the assistance of government, because government is based on the industry in ways I don't want to work so angry. But without the assistance of government, I wish we all organize and actually exploit the economies of scale together, as opposed to trying to compete. So if you're going to start a store, I know which state you can grow, I know where you're going to get the same starting grow, and you're going to not be able to reach that starting block. So I wish you would, in your solution, it would be one. It would be how you're actually going to organize the problem to come and work. I know it is an amazing example, very motivating work. I'm an example in Ireland, they take small scale farmers, they take all their produce, try to and then they connect markets. In that markets, they process and commercialize those products, and they're sold for the time of market. If you guys could achieve that, we would all be by tomorrow. The entire Africa will go everywhere where we have to be so. Because then you can go retail and you can use the economy to actually. Instead of me being frustrated, I live in Joburg, I have to run to Pretoria to understand what I mean. I really wish someone would the solution of finding a way.
Thank you very much. So we have a program just 2 years ago called the Showcase Program, where local artisans gathered at Joburg and sold African clothes. So what the Showcase African Affair. There was also the Freedom Festival at Hartfield, where we also participated in the food match. So there are some things like that. And even though it's small now, we are still doing. And thank you very much.
Yeah, so what we see that is I think what's probably very important is for you to understand the actual fundamental problems they do. Solve the problem as opposed to the system. When you interview people who told you about problems, you're not waiting to why it's programs. I would think I would say the find this one is go back to the administrative role. But I think people like Oshi and Taylor, you probably find a way to help this. That's what people are buying for. So you want to fight against this thing, but then the people actually to the price.
Oh, thanks. What a couple. We'll get to the last presentation of the day. I think it's yeah, that's it. Okay. You know, your time will start when you're ready. You can stop.
Very, very good. But of course, the point is, was still important for the people. Zimbabwe alone imports over 9,000 tons of wheat every year. This is not just a number, it is a missed opportunity. In Greater Zimbabwe, families travel kilometers just to pay cheap for basic food. Water is scarce, the soil is exhausted, and traditional farming methods just cannot keep up. This is more than a food crisis, it is a system failure. Yes, Africa might have missed the industrial revolution, but was not able to miss a sustainable revolution. Which is why we're proposing an aquaponics farm that treats the backyard into a food powerhouse. We started the solar powered bowl, tapping into clean underground water. This water then fills the fish tank, where tilapia produces their product. It then flows into vegetable projects, feeding crops like spinach and beans. As this plant absorbs water, they purify. As this plant absorbs the nutrients, they purify the water, which then goes back to the fish. This entire system is a closed, efficient, and sustainable loop that uses up to 90% less water than traditional farming. All this would be done in a 20 by 10 square meter area. Location mattered and were planted right next to the State University. Over 20,000 university students, university employees, and families are asking for local affordable. The competition is almost non-existent. Only two butcheries which are very functional are in this area. Demand is high, supply is broken, and we aim to launch this project. We need 4,150 US dollars. In year one, we expect a revenue of 5,120 US dollars for the function. In year two, we're going to scale production by selling in the name. We're also planning on opening the training. Together, we can build the future, and she don't assist the project.
Thank you for the presentation. So I'm just curious, you mentioned one setup takes about 20 minutes, but and how much produce from a quantity perspective?
Okay, so within the trends, right, they were planning on making this, but they will be by 2011. So if you accommodate like 2011, as a vegetable business, you like creative it's like so in terms of revenue, let's say we have like 2,000 people and maybe that's a point of like 80% of 1,600 fish for the day. So for that we the profit would be 5,000 only.
What's the, can you explain this tick to me? Is it like intent stepped upwards or how, like, the construction?
Or now, but It's really like, it's not difficult, very like, just going for me. Don't take it for one. But you can if you want to, if you're able to do it, but for this project, you want to, you don't want to do it.
Okay, so then how is it, how is it, I think maybe I missed it, how is it different from the whole fish farm?
It's not different, but then like, this one combined vegetable, like you can grow, you combine fish farming and agriculture because it's so